Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of the training today. And especially thank you for letting me come to you through Zoom. Um, my name is Jeanette Petruba, and I've been with the Juice Plus company since 2001. So right at 22 years. And this is just my pleasure to share my passion and my stories with you today. And I could have named this training the kitchen sink training, but I didn't because I like to just throw a little bit of everything in there. So I'm going to share with you a little bit today, first about our product story, and then I'm going to share with you a little bit about belief and your philosophy. I also have a little bit in here about the cash flow quadrant and Robert Kiyosaki. And then we have a neat little hopefully you have a worksheet. We're going to go over that and we're going to fill in the blanks. Just a simple something called a napkin presentation that was shown to me years ago. And then we're going to finish with our business story and again, a little bit about belief building. So I'm originally and normally in St. Louis, Missouri, because that's where I've lived my whole life and that's where we're from. But recently, we were able to buy a beach house in Florida, which has always been my dream. We'll talk about that at the end. And I am coming to you from Florida right now. So anyway, I know you guys had a big storm up there, and I'm hoping that you're all safe and sound. So let's screen share and get started. Let me hit play. Okay, here we go. So learn, believe, and persevere. I feel like that is the story of my journey since 2001. I've learned a lot. I've come so many miles from since I first heard about Juice Plus and this amazing opportunity, and built my belief all along the way. And I'm still building my belief. And then, of course, persevering is an ingredient that you just cannot do without if you want to grow something and help lots and lots of people. So let's go ahead and get started. So I heard about Juice Plus from a girl that cut my hair, and she really didn't know a lot about Juice Plus. So she did something very smart, and she gave me a CD from Dr. Richard Du Bois. And she said, you should just listen to it the way I heard about it. You should listen to this CD. And I did. And on the way home, all the memories came back of when I used to spend the summers with my grandmother in Hannibal, Missouri. And she had a 2-acre garden. She had an 80-acre farm, but a 2-acre garden. And we worked in those gardens every single day. And she taught me all about how important fruits and vegetables were, and that Velveeta cheese isn't really cheese. So I didn't know how important that information would be as the years went by. But when my oldest son, Mitchell was 2, I heard about someone speaking at a hotel in St. Louis, and it was the Juice Man. Okay, so this is my youngest son, these pictures, but my oldest son, I took him to listen to the Juice Man, and lo and behold, we bought one of those juice machines. I think they were like $400 or $500, which we did not have that money, but the information was so compelling. I just had to have one for my family. And of course it was messy and expensive, but we did it. We did it pretty good for a long time. But that Juice Man machine eventually went up in the cabinet and then eventually down in the basement. So I was ripe and ready when I heard in 2001 about fruits and vegetables in a capsule. So in 2001, I was 40. My children were 7, 11, and 14. And this is a picture of my son, Chet. He was about 9 years old in this picture in this baseball uniform. And he had just been able to start playing baseball since Juice Plus. So we all got started on Juice Plus. And at the time, I had no idea what kind of effect it would have on him. He suffered with asthma, allergies, eczema, and vitiligo, which is a autoimmune disease where you lose the pigment in your skin. And you can see closely here, he had a giant patch around one of his eyes. And I was told over and over again by dermatologists that it would probably be relentless and go all over his body. So along with the vitiligo, though, he also had the asthma, allergies, eczema, and he was on 7 different prescriptions. Well, little did I know that Juice Plus was going to make such a profound difference. I started him on the capsules. He was 7 years old, and I started noticing changes immediately. So within a couple of months, he was able to get off all of his prescription medication. He is 29 now. He graduated from high school, one of the strongest children in his class at an all boys school. And he went on to college, and now he has got a degree in finance. He works for our family business now, and he is a lead guitar player in a really popular band in St. Louis. So I'm so proud of him. So not only does he not suffer with all those different autoimmune allergies and things, his vitiligo is about 90% repigmented. So I'm happy to say Chet would never, ever, ever miss a day of Juice Plus. It's his foundation and also the complete. So it's easy to see why I was so passionate right from the get-go, but I was really passionate before we even had these results because of the information and the research. Okay, so I'm also proud to say that my father, who's 85 years old, who's been on Juice Plus for about 20 years, I'm going to say. It took me about 2 years maybe to get him to understand the importance. But this is my dad, Roger. He is amazing. He works out 3 times a week at the Y. He dances 2 nights a week. And even at Christmas time, he decided he wanted to come down to Florida from St. Louis. We had invited him, but he said he couldn't come, but he changed his mind. And so he jumped in the car at 85, didn't tell anybody, and drove himself all the way to the Panhandle, called me when he was about in Montgomery, Alabama, and said, I'll be there in a couple hours. And I was just blown away. I'm like, Dad. So anyway, as you can see, he looks great. He feels great. And I'm just so proud of him. So anyway, that's my dad, Roger, at 85. And then now we have 4 generations. This is my older son, Mitch, my dad, and Mitchell's new baby, Harlow. And so anyway, it's just exciting. We have 4 healthy, happy generations, all eating Juice Plus, and it's just such a blessing. So people ask me, well, what has it done for you? You know, years ago, well, I know your son's story, but what's it done for you? And I really couldn't put my finger on anything until a couple years back. My girlfriend sent me this picture on the left. I have it, blown up a little bit because I was standing by her. And she said, look at this cute picture of us. And I just was like, that cannot be me. But it was me. And so I'm here to tell you that I weigh more in the picture on the right, no plastic surgery. I'm guessing this is just inflammation. I also have a better hairdresser now because obviously my hair looks much better. But yeah, this is a picture from my birthday, which is 4th of July, when I was 40 years old. And compared to the picture on the right, where I'm 58. So I'm actually 18 years older on the picture on the right. And it's just amazing what healthy living and making simple changes can do to change our trajectory of where we're headed and what we look like and what we feel like. So thank you, Juice Plus. Okay, so let's now get into a little bit why I think this opportunity I think it's the best opportunity in the entire world. So let's talk about normal, what most people do. Normal is getting dressed in clothes that you buy for work, driving through traffic in a car that you're still paying for in order to get to a job that you need so you can pay for the clothes, the car, the house that you leave empty all day long in order to afford to live in it. Now, this is fine. And a lot of people do this. And a lot of people have chosen this path. I've done this. I've certainly done this. But this is fine. But Jim Rohn talks about superfine. So let's talk about superfine. Let's start with your belief, because really that's where it all comes from. It starts with your thoughts and your beliefs. Do you, right now, do you believe that you can change your health? Do you believe that you can change your life? Do you believe you can change your finances? And do you believe you can change your story? Because this is part of what it takes. Let's see why this isn't advancing. Okay, so next slide I like to share is we are not in the business of convincing. This is one of the things I've learned. I was always in the business of convincing. I thought that, oh my gosh, you just don't understand. You have to just keep bugging people, but we're not. We are in the business of sorting and searching for others who believe what we believe. And so hopefully today I'm going to build your strength of your belief around this product. I'm sure you've already heard some amazing stories. And if you got to hear Dr. Phillips, I'm sure you are just blown away with the product. But let's get blown away with this opportunity. Okay, so here's a great image that I've been sharing in my living room for years. So on the left, most jobs, let's say, if you're an employee, you put in the effort and you get paid. So let's say you're a teacher. You put in the effort and the money is equal to the amount of effort you put in. Now, on the right, this is what I want you guys to let marinate in your head. In the beginning of building any business, the effort is much greater than the money. But eventually that flips, okay? And so eventually what you're gonna find out is that when you persevere and stay the course, the effort will be less than the income, okay? So the income goes up and the effort either stays the same or gets easier. When you build something, it's there, okay? All right, so Jim Rohn, who I love, I dearly love. If you guys don't know much about him, please go look him up. Your personal philosophy is the greatest determining factor in how your life works out. So I have a quick little story here. There was a village once upon a time that had no water. And they had trouble getting water unless it rained. They had a village reservoir. And so the elders decided once and for all, they were going to hire someone to help figure out how to get water to their people. And they wound up hiring two different people because they thought the competition would be good. And the one man immediately went out and he bought 2 buckets. And he started running from the lake back to the village with buckets of water. The other gentleman decided that he needed to think on this a little bit more. And what he did, he disappeared for a few months, but when he came back, he had a team of people and they started to build a pipeline from the lake to the city reservoir. So not only was his water cleaner and it was getting water faster 24 hours a day, but the other gentleman went out and bought more buckets because he thought, well, maybe if I carry 4 buckets from the lake to the village, then that would be better. But what I want you to see is the difference between trading dollars, effort for money, or trading time for dollars, or building something that is recurring and residual and keeps coming. Okay, so do you want to be the guy carrying the buckets, or do you want to be someone that builds a pipeline? Okay, so this is the other cool thing I just came up about around. Saw this the other day is so many people now have a side hustle because people don't actually have a lot of extra time, but they need the extra money and they want a way. So there's no downside to a side hustle. There are only benefits to building more than one source of income. A side hustle is the new job security. However, a lot of people, like I just said, don't have a bunch of extra time. So, what's the answer? How can we make more money, but maybe not spend, just trade time for dollars? Let's keep moving. So, Robert Kiyosaki has addressed it many times over in all of his books, but this is my favorite one, the cash flow quadrant. And he has 4 different quadrants and says everybody makes their money in one of these quadrants. Okay, so the very first one in the upper left-hand corner is the employee. And that's what we've talked a lot about already, where you have no leverage. It's just you. Those buckets of water, right, are on your shoulder. You basically have a job. And all of your efforts are what you get paid on. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to do that. I want to go work for myself. And that would be the lower quadrant on the left. And that's self-employed. So that's where you own your job. At the end of the day, the efforts are still on you. So these include dentists and lawyers and doctors and small business owners, where the effort comes from you. You're still just getting paid on yourself. And then on the right side of the quadrant, we have a business owner, someone that leverages a system. You actually own a system. And then we have the investor, where people actually make money on money. So unless you have lots and lots of money to be an investor, I would say the top right corner is where we want to be. And that is what we get with the Juice Plus opportunity, which you can leverage your time when you build a team, and you get paid on that system. So I went over this, but I thought I would just go over it a little bit more. Time versus money, right? Time equals money. Again, time equals money. This is where your money works for you. So this is the quadrant I want to be in. The other thing is that 95% of all money is made on the right side of the quadrant, when only about 5% of people work on the right side of the quadrant. So here's my quadrant. This is a good way to tell my story. So back in 1980, I went to college. I did not graduate. I met this cute guy. And the reason the Cardinal baseball tickets are there is because I was working at Macy's, and it was during the summer. And one day he wanted me to go to a Cardinal baseball game with him. Well, he worked for his dad, and they had a small business. And so there wasn't very much time to actually go out, especially during the day. But he had these tickets, and I said, I really can't go. I have to work. And he just was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Working is going to get in the way of us going out. He said, just quit. And so I did. So I've been an employee lots of times, but not really the greatest employee, because a Cardinal baseball game and a new boyfriend, I just quit. Okay, so then in 1987, that cute guy and I were married. And I had the inkling, because I used to be a cheerleader, that I would open up an aerobics studio. But I have to tell you, I really didn't own the aerobics studio. This was my small business, right? This is my quadrant. That business owned me. And so I would teach the classes and babysit while other people taught. I would clean everything. I would scrub the toilets and create new music, and just I did it all. I did the books. I did just reaching out to people and trying to get memberships, and you know, the day I finally decided that that was enough for me, and I just didn't have enough time. I had two small children at the time. Is that I was just I can't do it anymore. So I let that go. I sold it for just pennies on the dollar. But it was a big relief because it was taking up all my time that I really wanted to just spend with my two little ones. So then in 2001 is when I heard about Juice Plus, and I joined. And then in 1982, as far as being an investor, I didn't have any money to invest. So I thought, well, uh, maybe I'll marry this guy and invest in our relationship. You know, so I married someone that had a little money, and that was my big investment. But it was the best investment I could have made was in our marriage, and now we've been married 40 years. So that again was my quadrant of being an employee, being a small business owner, being an owner of a Juice Plus virtual franchise, and then being an investor. So again, I just wanted to share these images. Okay, now we're going to move on. This is fun. If you guys have your little worksheet, please grab that worksheet. And you're going to fill in the blanks with me. Okay, so here we go. This is called a napkin presentation. And I learned this years and years ago from someone very wise in the Juice Plus business. And I wanted to share it with you because I've been doing this in my living room for years. So even if you don't have the worksheet, you can easily just draw on a napkin. Here is what all this is based on. It's based on a trio. So obviously, down the rows go across and the columns go down. So in the very first column, these are the first 4 steps to the highest commission level. So you have partner, partner plus, QSC, and sales coordinator. But in the rows at the top, these are different ways that we get paid. So we're going to go across, we're going to fill this in, and hopefully it makes you understand just a little bit better how we get paid. All right, so as a partner, when you start someone up or starting yourself, you get paid $30 retail profit on that trio, correct? Let's see. Okay, you make no commissions, you make no qualifying bonuses yet, no title rewards, and the total is $30. Now, when you get promoted to P+, you're still making $30 retail profit, but now you're making a 5% commission, still no qualifying bonus. You do get a title reward, either $50 or $100, depending on if you do it in 10 days, your first 10 days, or your first 30 days. And now, instead of making $30 on every bottle, every trio that you share and sell for, you're making $45. Okay, but then when you get the promotion to QSC, which is really the key, promotion to QSC, you're still making your $30 on the retail sales profit, but now you're at the 10% commission level, and you have an opportunity to make a qualifying bonus. And I call this the magic rectangle, okay? Because this is what takes you from being a retailer to an entrepreneur. This is what helps you be in that upper right-hand corner as owning a system and getting 3% on your team. So I've highlighted it. We're going to go over it again. 3% of a little is a little, but 3% of a lot is a lot. Okay, so you have an opportunity to make these awesome title rewards, and now you're making $60 on every trio. And the reason we have a plus there is because that plus is the 3%. And you get to determine that 3%, how much of what. Do you build a small team? Do you build a big team? And of course, the top commission level is $30. Now you're at the top commission level, which is $15. You can make the 3% on your partners if you have a qualified business. And then the title reward is $600 or $700, depending on if you how quickly you do it. And now you are at the top commission level where you're making $75 on every trio that you share and sell. Okay, so your sheet is already filled out at the bottom. Here's the other different levels. I've already gone ahead and filled that out for you so you can see the title rewards. And when you see that 3% plus 3%, that's another qualifying bonus that comes later on. You have to at least be a sales coordinator for that. And so I hope this helps you, and I hope you filled it out. And I hope you can use it to help people understand a little bit more. So now we're going to talk about that qualified business for a minute, and we call it the club. Join the club on my team. Build a qualified business with 18 quad customers, and you will have a qualified business. So you need 1,800 PVC each and every month to have a qualified business. And here's a little worksheet. We tell our people every square is one quad order. So fill this and have a qualified business. So what does a club do? Why do you want to build yourself to a club and then share with other people? Okay, so build an income with clubs. And this is what I focused on. So first you need to achieve the qualifying sales coordinator position, qualify your business with that 1,800 PVC, and then you want to help others do the same. So here's some earning potentials. Again, you need to see the full earning summary at juiceplus.com for more details. So this is very general, but when I found out the potential, that got me so excited. I could not believe that I could be a stay-at-home mom and make this kind of money while I raised my family. So start by helping 3 other people with that qualified business. Okay, so I love this because I look at our opportunity as a wheel, right? As spokes that go out in every direction. So I have people that were my children's school teachers. I have people from college. I have people that I've met in the grocery store. I have neighbors. You can imagine that you have so much opportunity because everybody needs more fruits and vegetables every day. So this is you in the middle, and I'm going to ask you to fill in these large squares, and those are the people that are direct to you. And then they will go out and share, and they will go out and share, and they will go out and share. And that's how we get this giant wheel that I call it, that can just continue on forever. So I love this image, and I actually have people fill in the names of who would they love to have be part of their team. So this is my NMDs. I actually have one more because my daughter, Tori Davies' husband, is also a national marketing director. But this is Julie Muse, Emily Otten, Carrie Brummett, Tori Davies, and myself. And we're down here in Florida because we had a big team party down here. And from these amazing women who have just been along on this journey with me for a long, long time, I just dearly love them. We're so close. They are like family to me, and I would do anything for them. But they have gone out and shared and duplicated. And it's just been, again, this amazing blessing for everyone. So here's our new team logo, Team Legacy Peak. And here are some of our qualifiers. We thought this would be fun to put this collage together of the faces. These are real people. They're eating the real Juice Plus. And these are real people that are making the difference in lives of others. So all these people have qualified businesses. I haven't gotten them all, but we got most of them. And I'm just thrilled and love each and every one of them so dearly. They've made such a difference in the lives of others. Okay, so I also love to talk about these 3 uh, what I call big rocks. So we have our health, we have our time, and we have our finances. And usually, when you're a young adult, let's think about it. We usually have our health and we usually have our time, but we don't necessarily have our finances. This is what was true for us. As we got a little bit older and maybe started raising a family, we still had our health, luckily, well, my son did after Juice Plus. But in general, we still have our health. And maybe now we're kind of starting to get some finances, right? Our finances are looking better. But time, we almost have no time because children and just everything that needs to be done around raising a family and building a home. Um, so, but as you get older, so you're now like kind of in the stage where I am, a lot of people have a lot of time. So we have more time freedom than ever. My husband was able to just retire last June, and our finances are set pretty good, pretty good. We've done okay. And I'm looking forward to the future and, building our Juice Plus business even more, and him joining me. And luckily, we do have our health, but a lot of people get older. They have some time freedom now and they have their finances set, but they don't have their health. And so we have something that offers this an opportunity to improve your health, improve your time freedom, and improve your finances. We have the whole package. And that's why I am so passionate about sharing about Juice Plus. So these are some images I'm just going to throw out, some things I've learned along the way, and everything gets an A plus. And what the heck does that mean? No, I'm not kidding. Everything gets an A plus. So we get a little setback, or maybe we even might break our ankle, and you think, how could that be an A plus? Well, think about it. Who were you supposed to meet, and what are you supposed to learn along the way? So I know people have setbacks in lots of ways, but I'd like for you to think about it in a positive way, even though it doesn't seem like it could be positive. But this journey of life, if we take everything and learn from it and change and grow, that is where it gets an A plus. Now, how about this? Host or guest. This is from Tim Elmore, and some of these other ones are also. So I try to teach my team, it's very important to forget about being the guest and become a host as fast as you can. And what do I mean by that is you may come to your first event. Maybe some of you are at your first event today, and it's wonderful. You're meeting people. We've got the Juice Plus Love Bubble. I just heard Jeff Olson share. We've got this great love bubble, and you're feeling cared for. But the sooner you can jump into becoming a host, which means you're inviting people, you're putting on events, you are treating people like they are your guest, that's when your team can really grow. Take your power of having an event on your own or with the help of your upline or a sideline, but harness that power that you don't have to wait for somebody else to have an event. You don't have to wait until there's a large event in your city to invite people. Take that on yourself and become a host. And what about this? I love this one. A lot of people say, well, if I had someone coming with me, I'd go to conference. Really? Well, how about this? That is like looking at a fireplace and saying, okay, Mr. Fireplace, when you give me heat, I'll give you some wood. That's crazy. That's crazy. I went to so many conferences all by myself. So I want to take the opportunity here to personally invite you to our Phoenix conference. It is going to be amazing in the desert, and I know you're all cold right now. So imagine that warm desert sun. It's going to be incredible. Okay, so don't look at the fireplace and say, when you give me heat, I'll give you wood. You need to add wood and learn and show up and grow no matter what. Again, use your power to get yourself to these events. Now, how about this? The thermometer or the thermostat? Okay. So, if your team is feeling a little down or a little slow, or maybe they lost a customer or someone they thought was going to join their team didn't, and so they're starting to feel down, and then you're starting to feel down, that can't happen. Okay. Not if you want to grow a successful business. You can be a little down for a very little bit, but you are the leader of your team. And so you don't want to take your team's temperature and then mirror that. Okay. No, you want to set the thermostat. Okay. You want to be the leader of your people. I don't care if you have one or 200 people on your team. Set that thermostat and go for it. Now, what about this? I love this one. And this is referring to talking to people about Juice Plus and our opportunity. Now, I told you in the very beginning that I was ripe and ready to hear this message. Okay. So that would make me a 9 o'clocker. So you're like, what? What are you talking about? Everyone that you share with is going to be somewhere on this clock. So let's start someone at noon. Talk to someone and they're at 12 o'clock straight up. These people don't realize they have a problem or a need. And certainly, if they don't have a problem or a need, then they're not going to move forward with doing anything to remedy it. Then you've got the people that are at 3 o'clock. And these 3 o'clockers, well, they kind of know that they're having a problem, whether it's health, finances, time, whatever it is. But they don't think that they have any power to change that. They don't believe that they could change that or do anything different. Okay. And then you have your 6 o'clockers, and your 6 o'clockers know they have a problem for sure. And they're starting to think maybe I could do something about this problem. Again, take control of my health better, take control of my finances, take control of my life better. But then you get the 9 o'clockers, and I was a 9 o'clocker. I knew we did not eat enough fruits and vegetables. I knew that that juicer was down in the basement. I knew Velveeta wasn't cheap. And I was looking for an answer, but I also knew vitamins were not the answer. I was also, since I had closed my aerobic studio, I was looking for a way to make some extra money, but I did not want to go work at the grocery store, or the department store. And I just did not want to trade time for dollars again and leave my children. So I was a 9 o'clocker. I was so ready. And unfortunately, people do not carry a little sign around their neck saying, talk to me. I'm looking for better health, more fruits and vegetables. I'm looking for another side or a side hustle to bring in some more income. So you don't know where on this clock people are. So that's why you need to at least start to build a relationship with everyone. Okay, and I love this one. Taking risk is a big deal. So risk may look like getting your feelings hurt, okay? And so I'm here to tell you that in this journey, you will probably get your feelings hurt. I know I did, and I know I still do sometimes, but we need to take a risk. We need to take a risk and show up at the conferences. Spend the money to show up at the conferences. The more risk you take, the more reward there is. Okay. It's a pendulum. If you want to risk a lot, you have an opportunity to actually have much reward and a lot of success. All right. So it's a pendulum. Remember, if you're just ready to get out of your comfort zone a little bit, you may just get a few customers. But if you really get out of your comfort zone, look what can happen to your health and your life. And then I love this one. This is from Jim Rohn. Why? Why? Why didn't that friend of mine that said she was going to come to the doctor lecture with me, why didn't she come? And you know what Jim Rohn says? I wouldn't take that class. That's just the way it is. Why didn't that girl show up today? Why? Why did they cancel their Juice Plus? Now, there are some reasons, that maybe we can dive in to help people make better decisions about staying on Juice Plus or educating them better. But in general, we don't need to ask ourselves why or beat ourselves up or stay in that mindset. Okay. There are so many people looking for what we have. So don't ask yourself why. If it's something that you can change or an error that you made, yes, do that. But we don't need to worry about what other people are thinking. And then someone requested that I tell this little story about the potato salad. So I did this training, not this training, but a story about the potato salad years ago. And I walk around a conference now and people actually look at me and comment on this little training. So the story goes, if you were going to a picnic and you were bringing a few things, and as you were packing things up, you were thinking, oh man, I know this is going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. There's going to be some great people there. We're going to play a lot of fun games and get some fresh air. But man, oh man, I sure hope there's some potato salad there, because I don't get potato salad very often. And when I'm at a picnic, I want some potato salad for sure. So you can hope there's some potato salad. You can wish there's potato salad there waiting for you when you get there. And you can dream about the potato salad. But guess what? There is only one way to guarantee there's going to be potato salad at that picnic. And what is that? You bring the potato salad. How about that? So bring the potato salad. And what does that have anything to do with what I'm talking about? I'm talking about you bring the excitement to your team. You bring the energy to your team. You bring the knowledge. You invite. You be the leader. You show them how to have events, how to read a PVC report, how to get excited about a new customer, how to show up. Just show up. And you can't wish and hope and dream for something that you're not willing to do. So if you want potato salad, you have to bring the potato salad, and then you'll know it's there for sure. Okay, so I just love this quote from the Bible. It says, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. And it's so true. It's so true. We have so many people that desperately need what we have to offer. So this is a little dream I had. I didn't dream that I was going to be with Dr. Richard Du Bois on his deck. His wife and him invited us over one day after a boot camp in his area in the Blue Ridge Mountains for just a little snack and to visit. And I just said, you know what, Dr. Du Bois, I have to get a picture of you with this first CD that I ever listened to. Never did I a million years think back in 2001 when I listened to this CD that someday I would be standing on Dr. Richard Du Bois' deck and getting a picture with him. So bless his heart, we all miss him. He was wonderful. He changed my life, and he's changed the life of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So I just love him. And I came across this picture and I thought, oh, I've got to stick this in there, because you just never know where this is going to take you. You never know. And so years ago, my first conference, I heard about Juice Plus in January, and the next conference was in March. And I went and I brought my whole family. And it's been an amazing journey ever since. This is a picture of my daughter, Tori, at the conference. She was 11 years old, and she always said, this is all I want to do. I want to be a mom, and I want to grow up and I want to be a Juice Plus partner. That's what my dream is. I want to do what you're doing, Mom. So bring the kids, bring your family, show them what you do, show how much fun that is. And so now, so many of my dreams have come true. This is a picture of Tori and I, and then my daughter in law, who's married to our oldest son, Allie. She's a nurse, and they have just done an incredible job growing this beautiful, beautiful team that we have. And then Tori and her husband, he's a functional medicine practitioner. They wrote this book together, The Incredible Microbiome. We've had so much fun at our beach house that we were able to buy. This is some of our team pictures. And then, of course, my crazy family, I had to throw one in. All of these people are on Juice Plus, every single one of them, every single day. And then now we have 9 adorable, healthy, happy Juice Plus grandbabies. Here's a picture of them on the beach. And the youngest one is 4 months old. And so again, I just want you to realize that people are looking for time freedom. They're looking for some health freedom, and they're looking for some better finances. So let's just end with me reading a little bit about these words. So learn. To learn is to gain knowledge or understanding or skill by study, instruction, or experience. Believe, to accept something as true, genuine, or real. And then persevere is to continue to do or try to achieve something despite difficulty or discouragement. To persist is used in a positive way to refer to the actions of someone who does not give up no matter what. So I want to ask you, what type of ripple are you going to leave in the world around you? Because we have an opportunity like none other to share for health, share for time freedom, and share for better finances. Thank you again so much. You all travel safe home. I appreciate you, and I will see you in Phoenix. Bye-bye, everyone.